Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a three. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about, do you actually have to go to a top business school for a PhD? So if you don't know who I am, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity platform to give back as much as I possibly can. So I created a sharing economy proofreading platform, and now I'm doing these YouTube videos because there were so many people that helped me along the way to go through graduate school and actually become, to become a academic. I wanted to give back. And I can't do it on sort of my own sort of salary. So I thought it would be good to sort of create something that is bigger than myself. So that's why I'm doing this. One sort of housekeeping thing before we go, and please do keep watching. I did change my video system. So if the sound quality or video and stuff like that are really bad, please do let me know and I will change it. I'll try to find something else. So do you actually need to go to a top business school for a PhD? Absolutely not. Going to a top business school will add a tremendous amount of value for you, and it will be very good for you. So what is going on here? Why is that important? So if you're looking at the end objective or the outcome of what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get to become either a researcher at a school, at an institution, academic institution, or you're actually trying to, maybe get a real job, industry job, whatever that is. And what people do is they substitute different sort of signals that you possess as a substitute for skill. So going to a particular institution, they're using that as a signal that you are actually of a significant amount of quality, and you're kind of reliable, right? So it's used as a screen. So for example, if you go to a top business school, people know that you're capable of getting into a business school. But then as well, particularly in the academic job market, people use that as a indicator of you're producing good ideas and you're doing stuff that's really interesting, and that's really what we go by, right? So what really matters is not necessarily the institution that you go to. It is actually looking at sort of different indicators that are probably more indicative of your particular skills. So the first one is the prestige and status of the professor that you're working with, right? So if there's somebody at a really cool business school, or maybe not so well-known business school, and they are a great researcher and they're interesting and they have great ideas, then that's going to matter a heck of a lot more than it is whether you go to a particular business school. And sometimes you actually work with some people at particular business schools are not necessarily all that good, and you work with them and then they're not sort of helping you out in any sort of way, right? So you want to look for people that are outstanding and you're working with them, because that's a signal that the idea that you're going to have is going to be really interesting going forward. And as well as they have a certain network of contacts that they can help you, particularly in the job market, in the academic job market, where they can help you and get you the job that you're looking for, right? Because they have that particular network. So that's what you want to look for, is somebody that's doing really cool, interesting research. And particularly it resonates with you, right? So hopefully you're going to actually do a little bit of work. The second thing is design, and that sort of leads me into the second thing, is the design of your own work. If it's really cool and you have great ideas, that's going to go a long ways, a lot more than the particular institution that you're from, or, because institutions change pretty rapidly in terms of the status and skill, the status that they actually possess, or prestige that they actually possess. And sometimes they go up, and for a couple of years, they're at the top of the game, and then sometimes they go down. There's only a few institutions that kind of stay at the same sort of status level over, the long haul. They bounce around a fair bit. So what a better predictor or better understanding is the design of the work that you're working on, right? So if you have a great idea, that's going to go a heck of a lot further than it is working coming from a particular institution that has a significant high status, right? That we'd call it a top business school, for example. And then the third thing that's important is publications that you actually produce during your PhD, or publications that are on progress to being made. So when I graduated and I got my job, I just had a couple of revise and resubmits at very good journals, and those helped me out tremendously, because in our field, that's pretty hard to get. And so it's a signal that you're actually doing something that's positive and working in the right direction, right? And that's all people are looking for, is, are you credible enough that you can do something and help them out, right? And help out the institution or help out the whatever, maybe it's the job that you're looking for in the real world. They just want to make sure that you're actually going to produce and you have, good enough skills. So, what if you actually go to a business school that is not top ranked in any sort of way? Some of you are going to be watching this and you realize, I'm not top ranked, or I'm not at a school and I'm doing my thing, and I wish I could go to someplace, but I can't. Well, what I would highly recommend is that you just keep working and disregard everything else. All that status stuff will disappear quickly if you continue to keep doing things that you're doing and keep working forward and actually pushing to get something that's better. So, which means actually working on the things that you're doing, but then upgrading the skills that you have or don't possess to make yourself better. So if there's a particular, maybe it is a kind of statistical technique that everybody is using, well, go learn that statistical technique. Take a couple of courses. Is there something with your research that is not so good? Well, go build that, right? So part of the reason why this whole reciprocity thing happened is that I realized that I couldn't get my work was, my writing is okay, but I could get it a lot better. And there was no sort of resource out there. So I decided to build my own. I'm a professor of innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm going to build it, right? So I decided to build my own thing. And that's really what I'm sort of my view is to just build it so that we can get out and we can do something that's really cool. And, I will benefit, and as well as you will benefit from this as well by creating all of this kind of stuff, right? So that's all I'm going to point out is that really what you're trying to do and what you're thinking about when you're doing a PhD is not the particular school that you're from, but recognize that getting a PhD and doing the whole academic thing is a journey. It is not a one-off thing. So let's say you go to a business school, or let's say you graduate from a not sort of top tier business school. Well, that doesn't matter. What matters in the long run is whether you're actually doing good research, and that's going to show. There's tremendous a number of people that didn't graduate from a top, business school, and they end up placing very well, and they do very well in the long run. In the long run, so it might be hard at the beginning if you're doing that, and it might be very difficult to actually get a placement at the beginning. But if you keep sticking with it and keep working at it, so which means maybe it is that you can't get a placement. You went to a school that is like nobody would recognize. Well, then go and do a postdoc or go do a visiting position at a school where people do recognize that, and get out there and just get it done and move forward with that thing that you're actually doing and keep showing that you're working to go forward. It's the people that just stop and don't do anything is, they're the ones that are not going to do so well, right? You just have to keep pushing forward and pushing through all of that sort of negative stuff that you feel and keep moving. That's it. That's all I want to say is just keep moving forward, do the thing that you do, and just do good work. All right. So that's it. Take care and have a wonderful day. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And please do leave some comments with the new video stuff that I have going on. If it's not so good, I could do something about it. All right. So take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.